Go.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Blue Plate Special. We are live right here in downtown Knoxville. It is a rainy, dreary day outside, but we got a pretty good audience going on in here. And if you're out there driving around looking for a parking place, it's nice and dry and warm in here. Come join us. Coming up in the second half of the show today, we've got Liv Greene. But right now, y'all give a big welcome to Drew Crawley.
Hey girl, don't you know you ain't gotta run no more? Settle down, close your gate and open the door. The wind through your hair can also chap your skin. Slow down, Palomino, and let me in. Hey boy, don't you know I ain't gonna throw you away. I've got the space for you through the end of days. But moving on ain't the same as fixing what's wrong. Slow down, Palomino, this life is long. Hey mama, you always told me to take it slow. But breaking down is easier than making it home. You told me forgiveness was just a turn away. Just not sure that I believe that today. Time keeps moving, what's past is past. If you're lucky, you'll get some years to live with that. But some things were never really meant to last. Slow down, Palomino, this too shall pass. Oh, hey, my friend, won't you come on in? Leave all your running against the wind. Take just a minute and rest with me. Slow down, Palomino, just let it be. Slow down, Palomino, just let it be. Thank you all very much. Greetings. I'm one of your neighbors from Louisville, Kentucky. It's a pleasure to be here. Like Sean said a moment ago, my name's Drew Crawley. I'm a singer and songwriter there. I have a day job, but that's not the exciting thing that we're here to do today. That one's called Palomino. It was actually the first single off my last record. This next one's called Wannabe Cowboy. Hope you don't hate it. Got boots, but I don't wear them, and a horse that I don't ride, and a Martin and a Stetson. I stay out all night. Every honky-tonk I can go to is just neon and radio songs. It's been so long since I've been home, can't imagine the steps I lost. Merle said we're hard to hold, and I reckon that it's true. But I'm as wannabe as you could wanna be. I ain't a cowboy, I just sing their tunes. I'm a wannabe cowboy, just a wannabe cowboy. things left to do. Sell my soul for Nashville love. Don't matter if it's real or not, just try to make them all feel young. But I don't need no whiskey glasses or a beer to break my heart, to tell me what I've always known. It was all fake from the start. Merle said we're hard to hold, and I reckon that it's true. But I'm as wannabe as you could wanna be. I ain't a cowboy, just sing their tunes. I'm a wannabe cowboy, just a wannabe cowboy. We forget about John Prine, what Hank and Johnny said. So I'll play this part and take the check, do it till I'm dead. I'm a wannabe cowboy, just a wannabe cowboy. Well, I know I can't talk much, 'cause the city is now my home. I don't drive no pickup truck, but I'm sure I ain't alone. Quit the cosplay, take your time. Shut off 98.9. Tell the truth and walk the line. 3 chords and a drink is fine for a wannabe cowboy, just a wannabe cowboy.
That's Drew Crawley on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. So welcome to the show. It's your first time being here, I believe, right?
Yes, it is. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Well, so you mentioned you have a couple albums out. You just recently put one out, and you're working on another one already.
Yeah, it never stops. You know, you're a songwriter, so we know just keep doing it over and over again. Yeah, new record just came out. It's called Hard to Hold. Available wherever you listen to music, and also in vinyl form as well.
All right. That seems to be the new thing. You put it out on streaming and vinyl, right? We're skipping over the CDs these days. So when I was asking you, how people can keep up with you, of course, we talked about your website, which is drewcrawleymusic.com, but then you told me your Instagram handle was drewcrawley63, and my initial thought was, well, he's not old enough to have been born in 63. So tell us where that number came from, because it's a good part of your story.
Yeah, I don't know how many people do Instagram, but you have to create this handle, and there was a lot of Drew Crawleys apparently on there. 1, 2, 3 were all taken. So I went with 63. It's actually the year of my favorite guitar that I own, which is a 1963 Fender Jaguar. I inherited that from my great-grandfather when he passed, and so that one's very, very special to me, and I just went with it a few years ago, so yeah.
All right, so you have some musicality in your family for sure.
Yes. Both my paternal great-grandfather and grandfather were blues and jazz players in Kansas growing up, and then my mom and her mom and sister and all of them are all a bunch of piano playing, harmonizing, family. So yeah, it's in the DNA for sure.
It's in the DNA, all right. And you started out playing piano in church and so forth. Tell us a little bit, though, about the journey of going from that being your main musical outlet to what you're doing now.
Yeah. So I grew up in a large family, 6 kids. Mom made us all start taking piano lessons, like 4 or 5, somewhere in that range. So I loved piano and actually moved to Louisville to study piano back in 2013. And really loved it, but my primary outlet was playing in the church. Had a lot of great experiences during that time and loved it, but about 6-7 years ago, I went through a very rough period in my personal life of drug abuse, and kind of blew my life up a lot, and ended up kind of walking away from all of that. And so in the midst of that, I lost music as part of my life. For whatever reason, my brain just said, okay, if you're not in the church, you don't get to do music anymore. And about 4 or 5 years ago from now, I had a therapist recommend to me that I utilize writing and playing the piano specifically as a way to journal through some of the stuff that I was going through. And that really sucked for a long time. It was really hard to do. It kind of felt like exposure therapy where you have to go do the thing that you're afraid of. But it unlocked a passion for songwriting. So I still play the piano and still love that. That's primarily what I write on. But it allowed me to kind of reconnect to music as part of my journey in recovery and reconnecting with a part of myself that I thought was lost. So, yeah.
Well, great. And you've been doing this about 4 years, did you say?
Yeah, 3 years, like, seriously, but, 4 years ago is when I started kind of putting pen to paper and sitting at the piano again, yeah.
Okay, so folks can find all your music on all the streaming platforms, and of course, there is vinyl available. You told me you meant to bring some vinyl, but
yes.
Well, tell them the reason you didn't.
I was going to say, I have a sick 3-year-old at home, and we were in the midst of dealing with all of that shenanigans. So there's a box of hats and vinyl sitting on my coffee table at home waiting for me when I get back. But it is available if anybody is listening in Louisville, the Guest Room Records, and then if you are interested in buying one today, you can pull me aside, and I'll find a shipping address for you, and I'll get them to you.
All right, sounds great. Well, let's get some more songs.
All right. This is a song I wrote kind of in the process of recovery. It's called When the Sun Comes Out. Well, I'm lost alone, I'm running, craving love and maybe more. Walk these streets 10,000 times, still end up at her door. Around 3 a.m. will get my fix, I'm still empty, so I'll quit. Try again tomorrow, maybe then I'll handle it. Just pray that I get better when the sun comes out. But tonight I'll stare at the ceiling, keep laying on this couch, thinking about new morning mercies, new promises to myself, praying I get better when the sun comes out. Well, I faked it through another day. I smiled and laughed and tried to fight that urge. I know I'll lose another empty bottle tonight. 'Cause I've tried the girl and I've tried the weed, and I've even seen the shrinks. But when evening comes, I'm back on the run. Pour me another drink and just pray that I get better when the sun comes out. But tonight I'll stare at the ceiling and keep lying to myself about new morning mercies, new promises for my health. Just praying I get better when the sun comes out. When the sun comes out. Praying I get better when the sun comes out. But for now I'll stare at the ceiling, keep laying on this couch, thinking about new morning mercies, new promises to myself, praying I get better, just praying I get better when the sun comes out. Thank you all very much. This next one I'm going to do is not out yet unless you have my vinyl of my newest record. This is called Quit This, and it's a song that I wrote with a very dear friend of mine who goes by the name Glory Days in Louisville, and we met at a songwriters round and just immediately connected, oh, you write like that and I write like that, and this song came out of that. We both have been trying to do this traveling singer-songwriter thing, and this is about the insanity that we put ourselves through. down ain't worth the risk when you're all strung out on compliments, chasing one more high. Oh my God, get me out of this sick television show where I'm the actor and the sucker who wrote the starring role. Now I'm a mess, I'm addicted to the way it hurts so good. I mean, don't you think I'd quit this if I could? Roll the dice. Come on one more time. Double down and go for broke, 'cause I'm betting on my name in gold on the marquee sign. Oh my God, get me out of this sick television show where I'm the actor and the sucker who wrote the starring role. I'm a mess, I'm addicted all the way it hurts so good. I mean, don't you think I'd quit this if I could? I've been swinging for the fences, second winds and second guessing. Maybe I should try and settle down, 'cause this fight'll leave you breathless. Still haven't learned my lesson. Maybe I can make it if I go just one more round. Oh my God, get me out of this sick television show where I'm the actor and the sucker who wrote the starring role. I'm a mess, I'm addicted all the way it hurts so good. Honey, don't you think I'd quit this? Darling, don't you think I'd quit this if I could?
We joke around about it a lot, but I am the worst guitar player in my band by far. So that's why I have to bring 20 guitars to every gig, because I'm not any good at any of them, so I just switch the tunings all the time. This song is called Cosmic Joke, and it was written kind of about that whole period of my life where I blew up my life and was in the process of recovering and falling in love again and getting some time under my belt, being clean, and then life has a way of still getting you, even when you're trying to be a better person, and this is about that.
Could this be the time I see the man that I aspire to be inside the mirror, looking back? Will this be another fall where I break down, decline your call, and wonder if it'll be this way forever? Think it over, talk it through. I don't trust me and I can't trust you. Should we try to make a go? I don't care how safe it gets if we're always caught inside the net of God's plan for us. Might as well hit the road. Could this be the time I make it out alive? Will this be just another desert crawl? Am I too far gone for all the love you have? Will this cosmic joke ever get funny at all? Struggling through the world alone, struggling to pick up my phone, scared as hell, bad news on the line. Just trying to be better than the ancestors. I'm living in the shadow of break this family curse. Jesus said he'll come again, but I hate this world we're living in. Can't imagine this is what he had in mind. If we loved our neighbor as ourselves, would the hate inside me start to melt? Would indifference hold its place in my life? Could this be the time I make it out alive? Will it be just another desert crawl? Am I too far gone for all the love you have? Will this cosmic joke ever get funny at all? Could this be the time I make it out alive? Will it be just another desert crawl? Am I too far gone for all the love you have? Will this cosmic joke ever get funny at all? Will this cosmic joke ever get funny at all? Will this cosmic joke ever get funny at all?
Got time for one more, so I'm going to switch to a different guitar. Hold on. It's becoming a bit at my shows around town in Louisville. I just did my album release show, and the owner of the venue that we were playing at, he was like, why do you have 7 guitars? I was like, because I'm good at none of them, man. Don't you understand? We have to get through this. So part of my journey in the last few years has been trying to reckon with having external sources of authority in my life, whether that be the church, whether that be 12-step programs, whether that be, other outside influences. And in the process of kind of reckoning with all of that, I came across a Ralph Waldo Emerson poem called Self-Reliance. And it radically changed the way that I started to look at authority, both internally and externally. This one's called Self-Reliance.
I'm 25, so much you don't know. Spent some years killing time, trying not to be alone. Molded by a fire, but not one that I lit. No, you don't know what you don't know. I know I can't handle it. Couldn't find it on my own till it found me. I built a house upon the stone, sand was free. I'm self-reliant, feeling strong. How did I go so long without this fire deep inside of me? Yeah. say I always answer to someone else. It scared me into thinking I couldn't trust myself. Exposed all my failings and called all my fears sin. Oh, all this time confused and scared, I couldn't let me in. I couldn't find it on my own till it found me. I built a house upon stone when sand was free. Now I'm self-reliant, feeling strong. How did I go so long without this fire deep inside of me? Yeah. Couldn't find it on my own till it found me. Build a house upon stone when sand was free. I'm self-reliant, feeling strong. How did I go so long without this fire deep inside of me?
Thank you all very much.
That's Drew Crawley on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. We're going to take just a minute to switch the stage over for our next act. While we do that, though, I want to remind you, you can keep up with Drew's music at drewcrawleymusic.com or on Instagram at drewcrawley63. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank some of the folks who helped make this show possible. The WDVX Blue Plate Special is presented by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria on Jackson Avenue in Knoxville's Old City, home of the Big Plate on Fridays. Coming up this Friday, we've got the Vertical Birds. Additional support comes from Visit Knoxville. Support for WDVX comes from the Big Ears Festival, returning March 27th through 30th with Waxahachie, Julian Baker and Torres, Bela Fleck, Sam Bush, Edgar Meyer, Wyatt Ellis, Irish Wizards, Lankum, and more. 200 concerts in 15 venues over 4 days, plus films, exhibitions, conversations, and surprises. Single day and 4-day weekend passes still available at bigearsfestival.org. And for those of you who aren't from Knoxville, it's a weekend that Knoxville suddenly feels like a big city. For just the weekend, it feels like we live in a big city. It's kind of fun. But it looks like we're about ready here. Yep, getting the thumbs up from Johnny. Let me give y'all a big welcome to Liv Greene.
So many wishes and so much breath. Me, I just hold on to that quiet hope that you haven't moved on. Like a weight I'll bear it, terrified just to share it. And if my heart is on my sleeve, I didn't want to wear it. My friends ask how I've been, just one question does me in. I don't know, but I won't let it show. Everybody's got their way to cope and be strong. Me, I just hold on to that quiet. It's about time I tell, about time I tell you I'm still in debt to the wishing well, 'cause I see your face on every bright penny.
Thank you. Hello, everybody, and hello, radio people in your cars and stuff. I have in big letters on my set list, don't curse. So I feel like you probably don't get that vibe from me anyways. I am wearing a turtleneck. But yeah, very glad to be here. In Knoxville. I've actually never played in Knoxville before, so glad to be here. I've been a fan of the Blue Plate Special for a long time. Growing up being a bluegrass and Americana and folk nerd, you definitely learn to slow down the videos on YouTube. So I was a frequent guest of the YouTube channel, so I'm super glad to be here today from Nashville. I'm going to play you a song from a record that came out in October called Deep Feeler. And the song is about self-love in our day and age, so like retail therapy. And I wrote it when I was going to Trader Joe's too much. And it's prevalent for the time. It's called Buying Myself Flowers, so here goes.
Empty got to hold on to our say, and they won't let me forget. That's why I am buying myself fresh cotton sheets. Got to hold on to our corkscrew, but I couldn't hold on to you. So I am buying myself one, buying myself time, giving myself space, a little love, a little grace. I am buying myself flowers these days. I am buying myself flowers these days.
That's Liv Greene on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Well, this is your first time on the show as well, and your first time playing in Knoxville, so welcome.
Thank
For
you.
sure. So you're living in Nashville, as you know, a lot of musicians end up in Nashville, but that's not where you're originally from.
Yeah. I grew up in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and then you went to school in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and you majored in something that just kind of piqued my interest, so I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah.
It was called contemporary improv?
Yeah. It's a tiny, they don't have many programs. It's jazz, classical, and CI, contemporary improvisation, at the school I went to.
And what did that mean exactly?
It's a lot like Big Ears, just similar vibe of just pretty eclectic and a lot of focus on musicianship and improvisation. So I had a really wonderful time studying there.
All right, great. And then you decided to head to Nashville after that. And that last song was is off of your recent recording that you made at a pretty exciting studio, in my opinion, a studio owned by Americana royalty, Gillian Welch and David Rawlings. So tell us a little about making that album at Woodland Studio there in Nashville.
Yeah, I feel super lucky that worked out. It was kind of a fluke thing where a good friend of mine works on guitars and befriended the engineer there, Matt Andrews, and he became kind of a mentor of mine and was down to collaborate with me, and I got to go into Woodland a few times throughout the summer and fall of 2022, and we ended up cutting a record on tape, pretty much mostly live to tape, which was an incredible experience, just getting to work with an engineer like that who's just so gifted at capturing almost like film camera photos, like just capturing a moment and the light and the space and all of it. He has super dimensional sounding recordings, and it was a wonderful experience.
All right, great. So you've had some other exciting opportunities, and you're getting ready to do a tour in March. Tell us about some of the folks you've been on the road with and what you got coming up in March.
Yeah, so I have a Northeast tour in March that I'm super excited about, hitting a lot of like Boston, New York, Philly kind of spots. And then this past year has been so wonderful. I got to open for artists like Mipso and Sarah Jaros and a bunch of other people I really admire. So hoping to be on the road as much as I can this coming year as well.
All right, great. Well, one more thing before we get back to the music. So on your website, you identify as a queer artist.
Yeah.
And I know, when I was a young adult musician, there certainly weren't role models. There certainly weren't people who I could say, well, that person's like me, particularly in Nashville.
Totally.
But you grew up with a little different experience because there have been some role models. So talk about what that's meant to you.
So it's super important to me to just be visible as a queer artist, in the sense that when I was younger and just coming up, I grew up super Catholic, and it wasn't the most cozy environment to be exploring that. And just seeing an artist like Brandi Carlile, for example, or Mary Gaucher, who are just so walking in who they are, was really inspiring. And I think especially nowadays with queer people kind of being under attack, it's super important to just kind of, to me at least, to be visible and the person that I am and the person that wrote the songs that people might be connecting with. Yeah.
All right, well, let's hear some more of those songs.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to play one about codependency. Anybody ever been there? This one's called Made It Mine Too.
friends, do they have what you need? The things you always try to find in me. Though I don't like the person I became in your key. I was so full of you, so empty of who I wanted to be. Well, maybe it's all that I could say. Maybe it's all that I could do just to get through. You're black and you're blue. I made it mine too. See, I thought your hurt would stay your hurt, and I'd take it off when I wanted to. But I found that ain't true. 'Cause you made it mine too. Wrapped around me like a blanket, clung like moss on the stone. And maybe in some sad way, you let me escape from all of my own. Standing in the kitchen, salt water on the stove. Why can't I make you happy? Why can't I make you whole? Maybe it's all that I could say. Maybe it's all that I could do just to get through. You're black and you're blue. I made it mine too. See, I thought your hurt would stay your hurt, and I'd take it off when I wanted to. But I found that ain't true. 'Cause you made it mine too. No, I found that ain't true. You made it mine, but you never asked me to do what I did for you when I made it mine too.
Thank you. Anybody here familiar with the poet Mary Oliver? Yeah. A couple of little hands and stuff. Mary Oliver is one of my all-time favorite poets. She was a queer poet who wrote a lot about just very ordinary things, like noticing the birds on a walk. And a lot of her poems are about self-compassion, and so they've kind of been like a salve for me over the last few years. So this is a song I wrote inspired by one of her most famous poems about self-compassion. It's called Wild Geese, after the poem. So yeah. This is for anybody who feels like they're getting in their own way.
Singing lullabies that are just love songs for the one that did you wrong. things come back, yeah, they come back strong. Forgive yourself for what you did wrong if it got you through the night. 'Cause wild geese are gonna fly. Wild geese are gonna fly.
Thank you. So those last few songs were on this record, Deep Feeler, that I put out in October. And I don't often do covers, but I feel like doing one today for a few reasons. For one, it's a really good song. Secondly, it's by a band that broke up, so they're not playing it anymore. And third of all, I just think it's a really important song for the times. So this is one by a band called Lula Wiles that are kind of friends and mentors of mine. And this one was written by their bass player, Molly Obamsawin, who's an incredible indigenous artist. And yeah, definitely check out their discography if you like this one.
Good old American values, taming the tigers and baboons, so they work for us now by the sweet sweat on their brow. That's some good old American values. Good old American cartoons, cowboys and Indians and salads. It's all history by now, yet we hold the pen anyhow, drawing good old American cartoons. Trusty American tycoons, kicking their feet up in Cancun. They're making us proud, making friends the whole world round, on those good old American values. Good old American values. Conquest, she looks best in costume, but at the end of the day, there's a fortune to be made on those good old American values. There's a fortune to be made.
That's Liv Greene on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. We're going to squeeze one more song in here, and I was hoping she was going to play that banjo, but before we do that, just thanks to all of you in the studio audience who came out on this rainy day. Thanks to everybody who's listening and watching out there. And also, let's have another big hand for our first act today, Drew Crawley. So you already heard the story about how Drew left his merch at home, but you can still stick around and say thank you to him. And Liv does have some merch over at the table by the piano, so hope you'll stick around and make both of our artists feel welcome today. But let's get one more song.
All right, this is a brand new one about my dogs. They were a black lab and miniature dachshund who were best friends, and they lived to be 14 and 16, so this one's for them. Thanks so much for listening. To the Blue Plate for having me. Oh, the dogs went out for the last time this morning. Can't recall the last time saw them climb the backyard hill. Well, steady now, they'll sleep there this evening. Forever running, forever still. When I go from here, will it be with fear? And is it insincere to say I'll carry it all? Every blade of grass, every face I passed will be like candle wax in the morning. In the morning, my love, she was sleeping beside me, and I thought as I watched her breathing slow. She said nothing scares her quite like forever, and I said surely forever is like nothing we know. When I go from here, will it be with fear? And is it insincere to say I'll carry it all? Every blade of grass, every face I passed will be like candle wax in the morning. When I go from here, will it all come clear or disappear? All of the pain that I've known, and every grocery list, every slow sweet kiss, will it rise like mist in the morning? Oh, the dogs went out for the last time this morning. Can't recall the last time saw them climb the backyard hill. Well, steady now, they'll sleep there this evening. Forever running, forever still. Thank you. Thanks.
That's Liv Greene, live right here in downtown Knoxville. We hope you'll join us next time for more real live music on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. But right now, I'm going to send it back into the studio. Thank you all for coming out.